Welcome to the part 2 of our documentary or learning of understanding the basics of mediumship. So, as we mentioned before, these are some of our reference books. We're going to be using many other different things, but those are easy ones that most people can have access to. And two of these books you can find online for free as a PDF document by accessing the slides. I have a link to them, and in the domains of Mediumship, you could buy for like $7-9 on Amazon. So, doing a little review from last week. If you didn't watch last week's, please go and watch part 1. We talked the overall understanding of the language, right, that we're going to be talking about. So we're talking about spirits. So spirits are really just people who passed. They lost their physical bodies and they no longer have the physical bodies. And they still have the consciousness that we have as incarnated spirits. The only difference is that they don't have a physical body. We also have our spirit. The only thing is that we have a physical body. Also, we're talking about the human nature. As humans, we have 3 main parts. We have our spirit, like it's our knowledge and consciousness. It's all part of that. Then we have the perispirit, which is a link between our spirit and our physical body and our physical body. So trying to understand a little bit about what perispirit is. So perispirit is a semi-physical body that spirits in the spiritual world will utilize to as their body. So for them, it is a physical body. For us, it's immaterial and we can't see. So as we have a physical body, we have our perispirit, which is the physical body of the spirit, kind of shaping how our body looks like. So finally, a medium is really an instrument that will make a connection between the spiritual world and the physical world. And we call this interaction mediumship. And mediumship is the communication between the spirits and the incarnated spirits here. And they can be in 2 ways: extensive, where the physical person who is here is completely aware of the mediumistic connection, or occult, where the person who is having the mediumistic experience has no clue the person is influenced by spirit. So this is a little review. If you want more information about this specific part, please go to watch part 1. So now we are coming to the second part. So you needed to start understanding how it is this interaction with the spiritual world happens. So really, there is a semi-material substance that's called ectoplasm, and this substance is the way the spirits physically interact with us here on Earth, right? The people who have the incarnated bodies, right? So we have our physical body, but they don't have a physical body, so they can't interact with us. So they have to use a substance in order to create this interaction in a way that we can identify. So really, just understanding a little bit about where it came from. So Dr. Charles Roberts Richet created this name and described ectoplasm as this kind of milky semi-material, where usually will come out from face, the fingers, and other areas of the body of a medium, and the spirits can manipulate this substance. So something to understand in this picture here that we are seeing this white substance coming out of the mouth and ears of this medium. Not every time the substance is visible. Actually, most of the time when we eliminate this or donate this ectoplasm, we are not even aware of and we are not seeing it. In this case, it's very intense and then we can really physically see but often the mediums are donating the substance and the spirits are manipulating it to make noises, to make things move and other things of that nature, but we are not really seeing who's donating because it's not as substantial. Like it is enough for them to create some noise and make other things, but not necessarily in the way that we can see the medium releasing the substance. So here are some examples that you can see. So really a spirit, it's not able to move objects or make any sound unless they can manipulate this substance that's called ectoplasm. At the same time, you need to think about in order for the spirit to manipulate the substance, somebody has to donate the substance. Meaning that when you see, for example, those haunted houses, someone must be there donating, and usually and often young, like adolescents, they tend to have a lot of that specific substance, and they tend to eliminate and give people the spirits the opportunity to manipulate and make those aware. It's also good to remember that they don't necessarily know what is happening. So understanding a little bit, and I talked a little bit about that earlier, where Charles Richet came up with this name, this Greek name, ectoplasm, in order to kind of describe what it was. So he was for a while studying like people who had, and back then they would have those meetings will kind of have those substances, and he started studying that. So if you want to learn more about it, you can research in Google. I also have some resource materials that you can read more about if you access the slides. Now let's understand about ectoplasmatic syndrome, because this project is really about understanding healing and how can you heal your body. So I'm going to use to talk about ectoplasm in the sense of how is that impacting your body. So according to Dr. Luciano Munari, the liver is this main organ that is producing the ectoplasm. It's actually kind of changing some of the substances that we are consuming and making those substances into ectoplasm. And those things, when you can either donate, or if you're not donating, you can accumulate in your body. So often, according to some spiritists, they are studying ectoplasm. Mediums who are not donating in, or they are consuming certain food, they start accumulating a lot of those ectoplasm around the organs, the joints, and other areas, creating pain and dizziness and nauseous. And for example, fibromyalgia, they say that there's no real inflammation that the doctors can find. They say that can really be related to accumulation of the ectoplasm around areas of the body. And they have some very specific ways in different types of ectoplasm, which I'm not going to address today here, because this is just an introduction study. So maybe another time I can talk more about that, because what we really want to know is that what kind of things are we consuming that could be creating the situation where we are maybe accumulating some of this ectoplasm, creating what they call ectoplasmic syndrome, right? So some of the products, they say the carbohydrates are really the main substance, together with some artificial product such as, carbonated drinks, pops, industrialized products. Those are somehow, based on the research, the products that will improve the creation of this ectoplasm. Another thing they found out was that people who were low in vitamin B complex, they were also having a high levels of ectoplasm. So those accumulations can really, create some discomforts of different levels, such as like joint and muscle pains, premenstrual syndrome, headaches, migraines, and etc. So we really gotta think about how we are, what we are consuming, and how what are we consuming can be impacting our physical body due to, if we are meetings, particularly if we're meetings directly impact our physical body. Now, some of the suggestions, this is going to be my close for today. Some of the suggestions that they offer for people who are having pain that they don't kind of explain where they are coming from. They went to the doctor and they don't really understand all the symptoms, and it's not very clear where they are coming from. They suggest that it could be accumulation of ectoplasm. So some of the things you can do if you are meeting they are accumulating ectoplasms. So reduce consume of carbohydrates and industrialized products. Bread, things that come in a can. Also increase your consume of vitamin B complex. So if you're not consuming enough, maybe think about just consuming the vitamin, buying at the grocery store and consuming vitamin B complex. They say also the exercise will somehow dissolve a little bit some of the ectoplasms accumulated in the joints. They also talking about improving liver function, and you can do that by increasing some of your water consumption. And the better your liver works, the less development of ectoplasm will help. And then also promote some body detox. Maybe sometimes you can look for natural products or tea. For example, you could do some green tea and other teas that can help you detox your body and eliminate some of those ectoplasm that may be accumulated in your body. So this is what we have for today. Here I will have some links to how you can connect through YouTube, Facebook, or send me a message through Facebook, or subscribe to our channel. We do have some other things. If you're interested, make sure you subscribe, have a like there so you can receive more information, and I'll be again with you next week providing a little bit more information about mediumship and how you as a medium might be interacting with the world even without your awareness, and that might be impact your life directly or indirectly, and some strategies to reduce the impact of mediumship, the negative impact of mediumship. So hope to see you again next week, and have a great week.